right there, guys, we already went through the meat and potatoes of the bike, okay? All the basics, quick rundown of all the accessories and things like that on it. But now it's time to check this out, okay? That's where we're going to look at a little bit more detail on the goodies that are on this machine. We're going to start off here on the front end, okay? The Streetglide Special did not come standard with the Daymaker style headlight, okay? This is one that's already been upgraded to that Daymaker, and they spared no expense by adding passing lamps, okay? Passing lamps are not stock equipment on a Streetglide, okay? Ultra Classic, Ultra Limiteds, things like that, you get all three of them up there, but they cost you a lot of extra money, and it's a different bar setup whenever you do it on the Special. Now, they did it the right way, and they put the Daymakers on the passing lamps as well, okay? So you're really gonna throw a lot of looms out there, definitely high candle power. And then I also mentioned that windscreen up here, okay? And like I say, it's not a windshield, but you can't see through it, but it gives you a really cool gladiator style look whenever you're looking at the machine going down the road. Something sets it off, makes it a little bit different, and well, isn't that part of the goal, is to stand out from the crowd? Now, from the cockpit or the saddle position of this bike, you got a lot of extra attention paid as well. You got a nice set of Kiriak and ISO grips here. Now, those are something that you see on a lot of rubber-mounted motor. This being one of them, okay? Because it helps control the vibration and isolate it up at the hands. You've got these nice little pads here that are set up to be able to control the vibration, and you've got what they call a rocker switch here, okay, right here. And what that'll do is actually allow you, when you're going down the road, to just sort of rest your hand there on that little lever piece, so that way you don't have to keep maintaining grip. Now, this bike does have cruise control, electronic cruise control right over here on the left-hand side, but you've also got the chrome bezels all the way throughout the gauges and even surrounding the stereo system, which is that 6.5 boom infotainment center, touchscreen, GPS, and all the goodies on it. Hell, you can even plug in your phone there if you wanted to be able to, integrate your phone as far as, Pandora or whatever, Spotify, whatever music system you like. I mean, very few people listen to the FM radio anymore, if you know what I mean. Now, as far as powertrain goes, this bike sports a 103 cubic inch motor. It's got a 6-speed transmission, and that is the rubber-mounted motor. Okay, the rubber-mounted motor is going to have a little bit more vibration or shake to it whenever you're sitting at a stoplight or slow speed around town. But that shake is able to isolate itself out on the highway and give you a lot less vibration whenever you're going down the road, like on interstate speeds or anything like that. Now, while we're down here too, something else I wanted to bring attention to is the passenger floorboards. Okay, passenger floorboards on a bagger can be pretty expensive to set up, and it's very popular amongst the Streetglides to be able to give your person in the back a little bit of added comfort going down the road. But the slipstreamer style boards, okay, which are the ones that come with the bike standard, are pretty dumb pricey to be able to get them on the passenger setup. Now, this is an aftermarket passenger board. It doesn't have the swept design like you have up here on the driver board, but it does have the grooves in the pattern inside here to be able to match it and bring it together. And it mounts right here on the actual foot peg mount. So the expensive part whenever you're doing floorboards is the mounting system and the bracketry and all that kind of stuff to get it done. They're sort of a pain in the ass to put on, to be honest, for, well, you and me. Professional techs probably look at me going, dude, that ain't no big deal at all. But something I've always found great about Harley-Davidson is whenever they do backrests and things like that, they were the king, in my opinion, of making everything quick detachable, which is super smart because, if you don't have a passenger with you, you don't necessarily want that big old backrest sticking up, and the versatility of having something like that is great because, well, if you do the 4-point docking hardware system like you have on this one here, then that gives you the availability of not just doing a backrest, but you can add a luggage rack system to it, or you can take both the luggage rack and the backrest off and add a tour pack to it, and everything works on the same quick detachable mounts. So you get really versatility. You'll be able to take a Streetglide and bump it all the way up to an Ultra Classic if you wanted to for that long haul comfort. Now, of course, this bike does have an exhaust modification to it, but it's a very mellow pipe, okay? This is a set of Screaming Eagle slip-ons, okay? You don't have a stage 1 or anything retuned or recalibrated for it. The stock exhaust on a Harley-Davidson twin cam 103 motor was hitting anywhere around 72 to 73 decibels. Pretty quiet. Okay, now this is going to give you about a 7 to 8 decibel increase. It's not going to be huge, not going to be loud, but it is going to let the people around you know that you are riding a Harley. Okay, but it's not enough for your neighbors to pray for your death whenever you leave the neighborhood. Pretty important.